Developed by LucasArts, Star Wars Episode I Jedi Power Battles is an exciting Star Wars video game that was first released for PlayStation all the way back in 2000 and shortly after for Dreamcast. The game follows the same timeline as Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace. Jedi Power Battles is a super fun combination of intense beat-em-up and challenging platformer that's loved by thousands of Star Wars fans from around the world. The game has a decent Metascore of 76 out of 100 and was ranked as the 61st best Dreamcast game on Metacritic. The game lets you choose one of the 5 prequel-era Jedi, each having their own set of skills and abilities that play out very differently from one another, offering a different perspective and gameplay experience. Following the plot of The Phantom Menace, the game starts off with the 2 Jedi sent to negotiate a pact between the notorious Trade Federation and the royal government of Naboo. This recap of the game is filled to the brim with wild twists, engrossing elements, and surprising secrets. So, sit back and relax as we take you on a wild ride to the Star Wars world. Level 1 starts off when the corrupt Trade Federation came to realize that the 2 Jedi were sent to negotiate a deal. They deployed an attack under the orders of Darth Sidious. Despite of the havoc wreaked by the Federation, the Jedi somehow managed to escape. While we roaming through the battleship, we fought against a ton of enemy droids. After escaping the conference room using the ventilation system, we blasted through the next few corridors. Traveling along the conveyor belt, we ended up in a hangar, where we fight a loader droid, which is the first mini-boss of the game. We have to attack it until we detach both of its arms and make it spin uncontrollable until it smashes a hole in the wall, allowing us to progress. We keep traveling deeper and deeper into the ship, skipping through electrodes and large pistons. Approaching the next hallway, we fought through the shafts and emerged out on a walkway where we came across an invasion fleet. Here is our first real boss. It is at range, so we can't attack it with our lightsaber, so we have to deflect its bullets back to damage the boss while defending ourselves from the onslaught of droids coming to attack us. In level 2 we somehow reached the planet Naboo's surface. It was the Queen who had sent the Jedi as ambassadors to cease the conflict. We are quickly swarmed in the swamps of Naboo, fighting the Federation droids through the jungle, all while keeping Jar Jar safe. Jar Jar is Gungan male military commander who plays a key role during this invasion. No wonder the Jedi go to great lengths in order to keep him alive. We then are presented with numerous difficulties, not only by the droids and unique Naboo creatures but also by the dangerous paths we have to tread. It mainly is dangerous because of the bad camera angles the game gives us. We then arrive at the capital of Naboo, Theed. They are confronted by a giant Naboo creature who is the boss of this stage. Jar Jar just runs past it, leaving us to deal with the boss. It spits out poison that we have to dodge and also tries to catch us with a belly flop. After a few hits it retreats to corner and continues with the same attacks with a new ability to spawn a swarm of bugs to attack us as well. But after a few more hits the monster goes down, and we continue on to the next stage. Level 3 is set in Theed, which was the capital city of Naboo. Originally a farming village, Theed was established as the planetary capital that will unite Naboo's city-states. It was the home to the royal house of Naboo's royal palace. The Empire did not stay quiet when they realized that the Queen has opened Theed to the Jedi. The streets were occupied by the droids who stormed the city in order to eliminate the Queen and other fugitive Jedi. When we enter the capital, we are quickly ambushed by the capital droids. Our task is to enter the palace all while surviving the military's full force. On the way to the palace, they also free up 7 handmaidens. As we run around trying to find a way to the palace, we come across the furious droids and numerous military tanks we had to fight our way through. Nearing the palace, we were ambushed by a huge deadly robot, armed with missiles, guns, grenades, and lasers. But to make things even more difficult, the robot has a protective shield that prevents us from attacking and eliminating it. We finally exploited the robot's weak spots and destroyed it. Level 4 takes place in the Royal Palace of Theed, which is a huge building made up of sandstone blocks formed into towers. It was the largest complex in the city and the home of the planet's government. We were lost in the great narrows and columns of the palace. The whole palace was occupied by the royal guards, which were on high alert because Queen Apelana was being held there. As the Jedi we had to fight through a large number of droids in order to find where the Queen was being held. We scaled the palace by jumping from balcony to balcony. Eventually, we found the Queen, but the task was only half done. We now have to escort her out of the palace into safety. Getting into the palace was one thing, and now getting out of it with a royal prisoner by your side made things a lot more difficult. We and the Queen ran through the palace to find an exit. Running along the staircase, they entered a hallway, where they were welcomed by 3 giant droids, which spew out green gas at us, but for being just a normal enemy with higher health pool, they weren't that much of a threat. We fought bravely and ultimately obliterated them. Level 5 brings us to Tatooine, which is a planet made up mostly of desert. This planet was inhabited by the locals who farmed moisture and did scrap dealing in order to survive. It was a rocky place with unique tunnels and cave formations. We arrive on Tatooine, in the hope to find parts that would help in repairing the Queen's ship. We soon realized that we were not welcome there and we were attacked by the Tusken Raiders. Along the way, we had to fight these raiders and climb a rather steep and edgy cliff. As we neared the top, we were attacked by a dark-robed assassin, which is the game's protagonist, Darth Maul. He recommends that we like and subscribe to help this channel out. But for real, this is our first battle with another lightsaber-wielding Jedi, or maybe it is called a Sith when they are evil? He had some sick A and D movement. But the battle mostly consisted of blocking and countering and then just trading blows until the ship was repaired and we escaped. In level 6 we have used the repaired ship and flown to Coruscant, which was originally called Notron, also known as the Queen of the Core. It was the ancient home planet of the Twang and Zel species. It is also believed that this planet was the birthplace of the human race. Coruscant was a very advanced planet with high-tech transportation and unique skyscrapers. When we arrive in Coruscant, we are attacked by the local criminals. Skipping through buildings, and jumping over floating platforms, the Jedi fight through the attackers to see the Queen to the Galactic Senate building. But before we arrive at our destination, a mysterious creature who can teleport at will and attack in multiple ways stops us in our path. He throws punches. Throws grenades. He even taunts us. After a few attacks on him, the fight enters a new stage, where we have to deflect his bullets as he is teleporting around us and firing. The final stage of the fight is an all-out brawl at the end. After defeating him, a ship arrives that takes us to level 7, where we return back to the capital of Naboo in order to liberate it from the control of the Federation. As we arrive on the planet, we have to fight through the Gungan ruins to reach the capital. This place is full of poisonous water and tight platforming we have to do over said water. We make our way past ruins and through the bug-infested forest and encounter a boss battle at the end of the stage. This is just a generic close-quarter fight where the boss runs away at times, spawning 2 guards we have to kill before he re-engages. A simple boss fight that in turn bring us to level 8. As we enter the city, we acquire a pair of droid staffs. Utilizing the vehicle's advanced weaponry and nimble controls, we fight our way through the palace, killing as many droids as possible at high speed. Dodging some obstacles along the way. Not much to say about this level, just drive and shoot. When we are done with the vehicle section, level 9 has us reaching the cliffside of the palace. Here we have to use our force ability to jump from one platform to another, all while fighting the guards of the palace. As they ascend closer to the top, they are presented with ever-increasing difficulties. There are multiple doors with 5 hostages in different rooms that we have to find and rescue. I gotta be honest here, this part was hard. Almost no health pickups and in multiple rooms packed with enemies led to a lot of restarts on this level. But in the end, we managed to save all 5 hostages. Saving everyone brings us to level 10, where we are finally confronted by Darth Maul himself, who had tried to kill us on the planet Tatooine earlier. The Sith apprentice engages the US in an intense battle. Trading blows right and left. After enough blows landed, Darth Maul retreats and we run after him, where after some platforming through some sort of generator where we engage yet again, after a few more blows he runs away again, and we follow. Platforming down some more generator ring things to where we catch up to him. The next battle takes place on a narrow bridge where Darth Maul is stun-locked and comboed out of his mind before lighting up and running away again. We yet again run after him and meet some regular enemies before taking an unnecessary long elevator ride before meeting some droids that like to eat us. We jump through some tight lasers and fight some more droids and platform some more on generator parts before catching up to Darth Maul again. Trading blows and dodging his laser attack, we push him further and further back. And in the end we push him down a hole, and that's the game.